Hey everyone, it's Maisha T. Hill. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, Today, I was interested in looking at another agreement by Don Miguel Ruiz, and it's about don't take anything personally that comes from the book, The Four Agreements. Um, and it's a pretty powerful agreement where he shares that nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. And when you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be a victim of needless suffering. Right now, in this moment in time in history that we're living in, it is really hard not to take this shit personal, if I can just keep it 100. You got a lot of stuff happening that our nervous systems aren't really set up to take. And one of the things that helped me is really remembering that my role is to feel it in my body, to grieve it, to move with it, and keep on keeping on. You see, if I sat up here and let all of this that's happening into my soul and into my spirit, I would take it personal. And one of the reminders I had with a friend today was, actually, you don't have to suffer. Maisha, your life is so liberated. Be grateful. And I was thinking of how did I get to this point of a liberated life, and it's taken a lot of learning how not to take anything personal, how to remember that nothing that anyone does, whether it's the person in Pennsylvania Avenue, whether it's my kid, whether it's someone in the Heal Your Way Forward Collective, don't take it personal. The choices that people make are not about me. The choices that I make are not about you. And I think once we can learn how to depersonalize, our lives can get 110% so much better. Don Miguel Ruiz was one of the first folks who I heard talk about the ideology of domestication. And, what's fascinating about domestication is it reminds me of Bobby Harrow's work on the cycle of socializations, the cycles in which we are born into the world. All these illusions are set. We're being programmed into this reality to learn how to exist. When I think of it as a domestication, right? Think about how you've domesticated a pet, right? You have dogs, you have cats, you have to train them, you know what I'm saying? You have to teach them where to go to the bathroom. And they're pets though, right? Like they only do what you command them. The thing about liberation, right, is that you could be domesticated into a certain way. But when you choose to liberate yourself, you break free from the domestication. It's like unmasking. You know what I mean? And part of unmasking and breaking free from the domestication, the dream of what's happening, is to not take anything personal. Because I spent so much of my life taking everything personal. And I've had to realize in therapy, in coaching, in conversations, in relationship, actually, it's not that serious. Does it hurt when a choice is made that I don't agree with? Absolutely. Does it hurt when things don't go right in my life? Absolutely. Does it hurt when someone slaps me in the face and I gotta turn the other cheek? I don't turn the other cheek. I speak direct and straightforward now. Because I free myself from people pleasing. I free myself from the suffering of the world. The world is suffering. My goal is to see it, to feel it, to transmute it, so I can be in a space of not taking anything personal. I've challenged myself to get left on red, to take a whole bunch of no's, because at this point in my life, it is worth it to experiencing not taking anything personal, because that makes me a better human being. So I want to encourage you on your journey to think about all the ways you take things personal, how all the choices that people make around you impact you. And let me know what comes up for you. I'm speaking from experience. I'm someone who was put in, I didn't come from it. I was thrown in the anti-racism space. I was thrown in the social justice space. And I would see everything that people were doing. I would take it so personal because I'm like, why? Why are people like this? What are we doing? Then I woke up and realized I'm actually in the mindfulness space, in the self-compassion space, in the space where we learn to come home to ourselves and to our body. I'm in the space of the unknown, the space of the universe, the quantum. I represent an idea. I represent a practice of liberation. I'm someone who cannot be confined. I am undomesticating myself, and I am learning. And it has taken EMDR, relationship therapy, family therapy, movement, a stroke, long COVID, and becoming sober to have the realization that I was caught up in taking things personal. That's why when in the Heal Your Way Forward Collective specifically, someone will leave the membership and we'll send a survey and they'll come back and it's as simple as welcome back. We can't take things personal because people have to make choices in their lives that supports their humanity and that supports their own progress. People have a right to be in choice. People have a right to change their mind. And that helps me not take anything personal. A lot of this work I've learned from my therapists, I've learned from coaches, I've learned from spiritual teachers. And one of the biggest gifts that I continue to give myself over and over again is the practice to end my relationship with people pleasing and to not take anything personal. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. I'd be lying to you if I was like, oh my God, I don't take anything personal and I just got my shit together. That's a fucking lie. I am a human at the end of the day. I am not superhuman. But what I do want to encourage you to do is just think about, what is your relationship with taking things personal? And how can you heal your way forward from that? Do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel.